Today, November 20th, is International Sloth Day. So I'm going to be talking about and drawing, sharing some fun facts about everybody's favorite Amazon rainforest slow-moving, tree-hanging animal, the three-toed sloth. I'm Rita Goldner, a big fan of wildlife and a big fan of drawing. So thanks for joining me. There's two kinds of sloths, two-toed and three-toed. Both kinds have three toes on their hind feet, but one kind has two on the front and one kind has three on the front. If you see a sloth in the zoo, it's almost always the two-toed kind because the three-toed kind don't do well in captivity. The two-toed kind are nocturnal, and the three-toed kind means they're active during the day. For the drawing, you're only going to need a red pencil. I used a red crayon to make it show up better, and a black pencil. You make shapes on your reference photo first, just geometric shapes, and make a million mistakes. Don't ever erase them. Just cross them out if you get confused. Cross the wrong ones out. And then later you'll go over in a black pencil. I'm using my reference photo to just make big shapes, no real detail. I'm making these big shapes to make them firm in my mind so that when I get to my regular drawing paper, I'll be able to copy the same shapes. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to tell you some fun facts about sloths. As you know, they move very slowly. And since it's really moist and rainy in the rainforest where they live, algae grows on their coat, so they have a little bit of a green look to them. So there's a myth about sloths that they are dirty and smelly, but actually they only smell like the rainforest because they have the algae growing on them and they also have bugs living in their fur. Sloths don't sweat except from the tip of the nose on just two-fingered sloths. So unlike human beings, they have no body odor. They smell just like the Amazon jungle where they live. Green, fresh, a little bit earthy, and so smelling like the rainforest is a good way to hide from predators, especially the predators that have a keen sense of smell. Sloths also have moths and fungus growing in their thick fur because they move so slow they don't really have time or energy to be combing their fur or cleaning themselves off. So that's how they get all the bugs and fungi. In my drawing now, I'm looking at my photo reference with all the shapes in red pencil, and I'm copying those shapes onto my drawing paper with a red pencil. It's okay to make mistakes. As you can see, I changed the shape of the head 3 or 4 times, but I don't erase the mistake lines or the lines I don't like. I just leave them there. And each shape I make, like the one for the arm, or you'll see the one for the legs, each shape goes right through other shapes. I don't bother stopping when I get from the arm to the body. Now I've changed the body 3 times, but I just put an X on the lines that I didn't like and just keep going. If you get confused, you can put a little red X on the lines that you don't like. So now some more fun facts about sloths. They have a very low birth rate, usually 1 baby a year. By the way, animals that are either endangered or could become endangered usually share the same 3 problems. First, society and civilization is creeping into their habitat and chopping down trees. Second, their food source, for whatever reason, is becoming smaller and hard to find. And third, they usually have a low birth rate. Like an orangutan only has a baby once every 7 years. Rhinoceros have very low birth rate too. And this guy, the sloth, although he isn't endangered yet, his low birth rate isn't helping the situation. As you can see in my drawing, I've made several mistakes or changes. I made the size of the branch a little bit smaller. I changed the angle of the main body. I changed some of the lines on the arms and legs. In each case, I just keep going. If it's going to get confusing, I draw an X on the bad line so that I'll remember which line is the good line. Okay, back to the fun facts about sloths. Sloths spend the greater part of their life hanging from a tree, way high in the tree. They come down to the base of the tree once a week, maybe once every 5 to 7 days, just to poop. And they always do it at the base of the tree that they're hanging from. They're taking a chance by doing this because more than half of the deaths of sloths is because a predator was able to get them on the ground. Their main predators are jaguars, snakes, and huge harpy eagles that have a big enough wingspan they can carry off a pretty large prey animal. Incidentally, those harpy eagles in the Amazon rainforest are very interesting too, if you're in the mood to do some research and reading of your own. As you can see, I've started to go over my drawing, going over the red lines with a black marker, picking out just the lines that I like and ignoring the ones that I consider mistakes or something that I don't want. Now, when I go over with the black lines, I'm making it like a final drawing, so I'm not crossing over shapes. As you can see, the arm shape is on top of the body shape, so I didn't continue the red line of the body shape that goes behind the arm. I just left it blank there. When I drew the red lines, I just drew right through the other shapes. I didn't stop and start like I am with the more finished black lines. Now that you're near the end of your drawing, you can add little details that you want, like those shadows behind the eyes. You can add some leaves to the trees, and maybe you're going to want to color this whole thing in when you're done. But you're not going to want the red lines to be part of your drawing. You can blacken in the back of your drawing by scribbling over it with a pencil. I just did a little bit of it here to show you how it's done. Then you go back to the front and just draw over your lines that you like, your black lines, onto a better quality piece of paper that will be your final drawing. So thanks for sketching along. So I hope you're becoming a fan of sloths and all wildlife for that matter. So if you like this kind of video, fun facts and drawing of animals, please subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell below so you'll be notified next time I post. Thanks.